Hello everyone, it is Kaiju Stuff here. Today we're gonna do my first ever -1 Godzilla. Because I have not gotten the Bandai one yet, and since I have this one, I probably won't get the Bandai. Because technically this is Bandai, but you know what I mean. And that would be the Monster Roar Action Godzilla -1. And let me just say, it's basically just a mini X Plus, but made from plastic, like a soft plastic, if that makes sense. Because X Plus, it's usually made of some sort of die cast. If it's like a mech, or say if it's a Godzilla, it would be made of some sort of like high quality material. But this is just made of a pretty low quality plastic. So it's got all the same details as a mini X Plus, just tiny and also different material. So we're going to start off with the box. Okay, so this box is, in my opinion, pretty big for the figure, but I guess to protect it from anything, really. So in the front, it's got a pretty nice picture of the figure. It's actually a really nice picture of it. It's got the Japanese stuff that I don't know how to read, because, it's Japanese. Over here, it's got Bandai Namco and Band Presto, because it's kind of a combined force. Monster Roar Action Series. Japanese stuff, 2023. Bandai. Turn it around. We have another shot of the figure just from like an upward view. The -1 logo. Once again, Monster Roar Action. The top. It's got actually a really nice picture of the figure that is the figure. Because I could tell, because there's like this very straight line right here. So that's like a place where they glued the head on. The same logo on the top with the barcode. Very important that I mention that. Also, Godzilla -1, I'm assuming, because it says Godzilla. And I don't know why they put the decimal 0 there. I think that's kind of weird. And on this side, we have a pretty dynamic pose of Godzilla -1. Kind of just have his arms up, maybe trying to get ready for action. The bottom has an entire paragraph of really just, don't give this to a toddler. Like, that's literally the entire paragraph in all different types of languages. I can see Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, English, 15 plus, warning twice. Well, actually, this product can expose you to chemicals that's not good. Which is known to cause cancer. That's I'm assuming if you like eat it or like rub it on, I don't know. Choking hazard. Yeah, that's probably a good sign. Chemicals. Anyway, let's get to the figure, shall we? Okay, so for the figure, it's actually really nice, this figure, in my opinion. It's in the 6-inch scale, so if you do have just regular Bandai vinyls, this will, like, fit in very well, actually. Yeah. It's kind of hard to... Good enough. So, yeah, this is... If you guys don't have any other of the Bandai Monster Roar Action series, and you only have vinyls like myself, or any X Pluses, or really anything, this really fits with anything in my opinion. Like, you could put this with a Playmates figure and have Scar King versus -1, and it will look fine. Because you can't really mess this up, really. There's no, like, colors to really mess up. The one thing that I don't like, and I know it's part of the line, I know every figure of the line's like that. There's no articulation. I mean, that's a pretty big downside, but as a statue, it's really cool. It's in such a dynamic pose, and it shares so much personality about Godzilla minus one. Like, I think it really defines Godzilla minus one, just this pose. I did actually watch the movie theater, in Japanese, because I watched it too soon before the English dub. But, yeah, so with the paint job, it's got like a greenish gray standard for Godzilla minus one. Inside the mouth, it's got a nice red with some bone white teeth. The eyes are very hard to see, but they're like a greenish yellow with a little dot for the iris, I guess. Over here, you have more of a bone white brown. That makes sense for the toes. Well, the nails. There's no real color for the fingernails, but I'm okay with that. Then with the spines, it's actually the dorsal plate is probably hard to tell, but it's a slightly darker shade of the skin color, which I do like, because, yeah, makes sense. And if I accidentally said, let's go to the sculpt, I meant paint job. I'm not sure if I said that. But anyway, onto the sculpt. So the sculpt, it's like, what I always liked about Godzilla minus one ever since I saw the trailer, I liked the design because it looked like a radiation burn. And the original 54 suit was going for that, but it didn't really look of that, if that makes sense. But this looks like a radiation burn on, like, skin. Like, it looks very clumped together. It looks burnt. And I think that's really cool that they got that effect on minus one and this figure. So then we got my opinion, one of the coolest looking dorsal spines of any Godzilla, because it's very unique shape. The head, pretty standard Godzilla head. The one thing, I don't like this hand specifically, because you can't really tell which one's the thumb. Like on this one, you could tell the thumb is this finger, but on this one, it's hard to tell. And in the movie, I know there are Godzilla designs with the hands like this, like kind of like a two-prong thumb thing. But in the movie, the hands did look like regular Godzilla hands. But that's really the only complaint with the sculpt. So yeah, we're gonna compare it. Oh wait, no, we're not, because we have to talk about the most important accessory, and that's the tail part that makes it look good. Because look, I don't know if you guys can notice, but like the feet are up a little bit because they have the tail a little bit off the ground, kind of like the movie. Because most of the movie, his tail actually wasn't really on the ground, just kind of hovering right above it. So that little accessory keeps it from really moving, and it kind of sticks on because it matches the sculpt. So yeah, we're gonna compare it to some figures and end this video. Okay, so here he's compared to a Godzilla versus Gigan Rex Godzilla. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't really care, because that's kind of what I've just been calling it since I've discovered it. And a Wave 1, or Wave 2, or 3, an early wave, I believe it's Wave 2, Bandai Creation Godzilla 1954. And if you notice, it matches really well, no matter what you do with it. Like, you could put it in front of any figure line, and I think it really works. not including like Gashapon, because they're tiny most of the time. But if you put them in front of like wildly different bandais, it works, because I think the figure is so good that it like matches with everything. At the end of this video, I'm actually going to add some photos of it matching with random figures that I have, just to show that it really does match with everything. But the reason why I picked these two, it's because -1 was kind of trying to be a recreation of 54. Not really trying, because they succeeded. They didn't just try, they succeeded. Because it really was just Godzilla 1954 with some other plot points and new characters. So I thought I might as well get a 54 in there. And here we have a Godzilla Rex. I'm going to start calling it that. Godzilla Rex Bandai. Because, in my opinion, this is the closest we've gotten to -1. Like, the closest design to -1. And even when I did a review on this, I told you guys that I like the radiation burns. It looks like a radiation burn. And yeah, I think they both have that effect going for them. They both look like they're burnt. Like a chicken nugget. Yeah. So just to let you guys know, this whole picture thing will not be at the end of every review. I just want to really show off this figure and how dynamic it is. But with that, thank you guys for watching. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And goodbye.